Hello and welcome to 5 Minute App Reviews. Today we're going to be looking at an app called iCaching. It's a dedicated geocaching application for the Mac. It's the closest thing to GSAC you can get for the Mac that I've found. So this is the interface. That's what you're met with. I've obviously put in some caches. And the way you do that is up here, you've got import GPX, if you have a GPX file you'd like to import. And next to that you have pocket queries. It's a very useful feature in iCaching. It links in with the popular geocaching website, and if you're a premium member and can create pocket queries, you can download your pocket queries straight into iCaching from here, which is a very useful feature. To export your caches, you've got two options. You can either export to file, where you can export one or multiple caches to a file, and it's got lots of different file outputs for whichever suits your fancy. Next to that, you've got export to GPS. iCaching currently supports Garmin and Delorme GPS formats. So if you've got one of those GPSs, you can export your caches straight to your GPS from iCaching. Going along the top, we've got home, where you can put in your home coordinates so you know how far away all the different caches are from your home. And next to that, we've got maps. And this uses Google Maps, and you can scroll around and see the caches that you found and not found on that. Over here, to the left, you've got your library, which has got lots of links to your caches. You've got all caches, my find new caches. They're all fairly self-explanatory. And below that, you've got folders, where you can store all your caches and help organize them. Also, if you import pocket queries directly from geocaching.com, then it automatically creates the folder for them and puts them all in it, which is very helpful. Okay, then under folder, you've got smart folders. Now, smart folders are useful. They allow you to input certain criteria for a folder. So you can put in either terrain, difficulty, type, etc. in there, and then it will filter them and put in only those sorts into the folder. This is particularly useful if you like your multis and want to put them all in there. And every time you import a pocket query, it will put all of the ones that match your criteria into the smart folder, so you can find them easily. So up here you've got a list of geocaches, and here you've got the geocaching info. So under the info you've got the terrain, difficulty, container, etc. You've got the coordinates, and under that you've got correct coordinates, where you can input your own coordinates. This is particularly useful if you're doing a lot of mystery caches, where you need to work out the coordinates beforehand. You can input the correct coordinates there, and then when you export it, you can select to export the correct coordinates, and so then your GPS will go to the correct coordinates, not the coordinates from the cache page, which is very useful. You can add notes to your caches if you wish to, add my appreciation, and also you can log your finds. But this doesn't link in with the geocaching website. You have to log that a different way, which I'll show you in a second. Next to the info tab, you've got the description tab. This is where it is fairly standard. It's just straight from the geocaching website, and it's just a description. And then next to that, you have the geocaching page. Now this acts as a browser, and you can go on here, and this is the way that you can log your geocache straight from iCaching, is using just logging it the standard way from here. Next geocaching page, we've got the waypoints page. This is particularly useful if you're doing multi-caches, and it's got all the different waypoints marks. You can view them all on here, and they show up on the maps. And next to that, you've got your logs, which has got the most recent logs on it, so you can read them and see what people have been saying about the cache. So that is iCaching. As I said before, it's the closest thing to GSAC that I've found for the Mac, which is decent. It's a really good application. The people who would use it, I'd say people who want to organise their caches, so fairly hardcore caches. If you're just a cacher who goes out every other weekend, it probably wouldn't be that helpful unless you just like keeping your caches organised. It's mainly aimed at people who do a lot of geocaching and like to organise them and know where they all are. But for its money, it's a particularly great application, and I would highly recommend it to any geocacher out there. Well, this has been 5 Minute App Reviews. Thanks for watching, and hopefully see you next time.